The full Roblox iceberg. Remember that? When I did that? There were a lot of entries on that iceberg that I ended up skipping over. Which entries am I talking about? Those relating to 1. Roblox footage archives, red static, vehicle glitch, A.L.A.R.I.C, lost clients, the ultimate game, and so much more. Dozens of entries which all lead back to one deleted channel, Roblox footage archives. What mysteries does this forgotten series hold? What secrets does it reveal about Roblox? What led to its untimely demise? Today, after admittedly too long of a waiting period, I am going to take you through the series and hopefully answer all these questions and more. So join me as we dive into RFA, Roblox's best forgotten ARG. Roblox Footage Archives, or RFA as I'll be calling it from now on, is a series created by, well, someone who I probably shouldn't name. But hold on, even saying that is going a bit too far past the start. No, the start is a lot earlier than you may think. Sometime in 2015, a channel was made. For almost 5 entire years, the channel stayed dormant. It's unknown what it was during this time, but by July 18th, 2020, it was a channel with a pure black profile picture and the name Roblox Footage Archives, with only one video. If you were one of the less than 1,000 people who saw this channel during this time, you would have no way of knowing what exactly this was. All you'd have is just one video, which seems rather innocuous at first. A bit low quality, but a hidden error message sounds intriguing, doesn't it? So let's watch. The video has a bit of an intro. An entry on the Roblox Creepypasta wiki concerning RFA covers an email sent by supposedly the creator of the RFA channel, the character, not the creator, to a YouTuber of some sort, it appears. It reads as follows. Listen, I'm too lazy to write a massive wall of text about this channel. I and a few friends of mine started this channel after an error message suddenly popped up along with the audio of someone speaking Japanese playing, and then my game closed itself. I told this to a friend, who wants to stay anonymous, about this, and he said something along the lines that he found an old video of something getting an error message similar to what I have witnessed, so we went on a manhunt downloading every video we could. It took actual months to collect 4 videos. All of them are from a camera or webcam recordings, and these recordings are actually creepy as so I can assume that you can explain more than what I have said to your viewer base than what I've said to you. Like, pretty much explain all 4 videos as of July 19th, 2020 to your viewer base if you plan to create a video about this. A bit of a mouthful, but the video itself is someone recording their monitor playing what just looks to be a random building game. The client appears to be one from 2011 to 2013. The video is pretty normal, barring the droning music in the background and the occasional visual artifacts. The game plays as normal until...
現在、ゲームクライアントで致命的なエラーが発生しています。ゲームサーバーの問題が原因で、当面はウェブサイトをシャットダウンする必要があります。当面はゲームやウェブサイトに入らないでください。法的責任を負うことになり、罰金が課される可能性があります。このイベントについて、あなたが知っている信頼できる人と話さないでください。これが起こらなかったふりをしてください。
What starts as a seemingly normal error message turns into a threat at the last 2 lines. Please do not tell any trustable people about this event. Please pretend this never happened. The description says this video was filmed somewhere in Japan. That's all the information this video has. The next video uploaded is much the same. It's clearly a separate video, but it follows the same format of the first video. Someone playing Roblox, it crashing, and that same Japanese message playing in its entirety. So as you can tell, there's a bit of a mystery in each video. From here, I couldn't really tell you at all what's going on, so we're going to watch all the videos uploaded to this channel, and then we can get a better picture for the story of RFA. Don't worry, each video is very short, like less than a minute long, so it shouldn't take us too long to analyze all these. The next video, posted very soon after, is titled Sword Fight on the Heights 4 Info Hazards. An info hazard is something that puts you in danger just by knowing it for whatever reason. What could that have to do with Sword Fight on the Heights? Let's watch the video.
現在、ゲームクライアントで致命的なエラーが発生しています。
So this is another video taken somewhere in Japan. The person recording is playing on a guest account, and the recording itself glitches out, resulting in the player falling off the edge and dying, with the screen cutting off the red static. Keep the red static in mind as we continue to watch these videos. What follows is a version of the error screen we've seen in the first two videos, but distorted and broken up. A picture of someone flashes occasionally. Who is that? Eric Castle? David Bazuki? It's too hard to tell who it is right now. However, after the video uploaded on July 19, 2020, dubbed Roblox Psychological Operations, RFA would really start to find its feet, both in content and popularity. Let's watch. This video is pretty interesting. We can see the date this video was supposedly recorded on, March 18th, 2014. This would probably put it after the previous video by a couple of years, but it's hard to really know. Gameplay is normal, if not a bit eerie, until the screen is overtaken by a red flash, teleporting them to one of the rooms in the starter places. As they walk to the door to leave, that red static comes back again, this time flashing as different colors, with the title being basically Roblox Psyops and the consistent appearance of the red static. And now these flashing lights, we might be able to piece together some sort of mind control narrative together with these videos. The next video we'll be moving on to is one called Grayscale Player Clones. Similar to the other two, this video was someone playing Roblox by themselves before being mysteriously teleported to a secret area, before confronting a grayscale clone of their player and their computer crashing. This video doesn't have any flashing lights or images or audio, unlike their previous ones, not counting the red static when the player teleports, but there is a new entity introduced. The grayscale clone of the player crashed their computer as soon as it appeared, leaving us with only more questions, which can't be answered right now. Bloxwatch Eyes Evidence, Seizure-Inducing Flashes, and the Sudden Death Glitch are three videos that are basically the same. They follow a similar format to the others, with a guest walking around in like the 2011 Roblox client until a flash appears on the screen and the game bugs out. In Bloxwatch Eyes Evidence, the character dies to the red static, and then is repeatedly spawn killed by an unknown force. The screen then flashes back to that multicolored static we saw before. It then flashes to that error screen from before, this time with a slightly higher quality, if not distorted picture of the man from before. Seizure-inducing flashes plays out much the same, but it cuts to, well, seizure-inducing flashes. Sudden death glitch is just... Right after Sudden Death Glitch is a shorter video, Dynablock's beta build leaked. The description has a download link with a username and password and says, "Take it before Roblox censors it." The link, when clicked, appears to have been down for all those I've seen. It's my belief that the link was dead from the start, but some people in the comments of that video have supposedly claimed to have downloaded it. The next important video we'll watch is the Roblox vehicle glitch. In its format, it's more of the same. A player is playing an old Roblox map, the screen glitches out. Stop me if you've heard this one before. What's interesting though is what flashes at the end. It's a clearer picture of the person we saw in the earlier videos. With the newer, longer title, it's hard to figure out what this is supposed to be, but the titles for these videos didn't used to be so long. For a while, they were each just one word, like error, eyes, or seizure. The word for this video? Dynablock. The Dynablock maniacs and Roblox are connected somehow. I'll explain later how. Skipping through a bit, we get to report abuse hack. In this video, a player is playing Rocket Arena when he decides to jump off the map and into the lava. Right before he jumps, static is heard and gets louder once he dies. The game glitches and the report abuse menu is shown with it autofilled to stop. As the screen glitches, a picture can be seen of a room, a staircase in a corridor that bends up and out of view. This is actually a screenshot of Ultimate.RBLX, a mythical game said to have supposedly have every asset known to Roblox, only ever intended to be used by admins. This video actually had a pinned comment. Holy, how the f did you find one of my old videos that quick? Thank you so much for finding the video that I've lost so many years ago. I have no idea how you did it, but thanks. For anyone wanting to hear a little backstory to this video, I was pretty much up at midnight playing those classic Roblox games, but when I was about to go to bed, the events of the videos happened, leading to 12-year-old me to almost himself. I can remember the report abuse text box, the one where you put in what the offending user has done and such, saying stop, without me touching the keyboard at all. I miss when Roblox was a legitimate block game. Hey, if you're reading this, do you remember that one scandal back in around 2011 or 2012 or so? A moderator working at Roblox turned out to be an actual child predator that touched kids and I have no idea what happened to him and I can't seem to find any news articles about this. The forums went bat crazy on that day, leading me to quitting Roblox and never coming back. It's almost like Roblox covered it up, like it was hiding something. Skipping to the next video, we finally reach a flagstone in the series. Infant cries inside Roblox bowling. This video takes things to another level concerning the RFA canon and with just how spooky it is, so let's watch. Those baby cries are absolutely bone-chilling, and the creepy atmosphere created through the classic Roblox game really makes this video a hit when it comes to horror content. But let's take a look at the ending of this video. After the static, we actually see something censored due to illegal content. We have no idea what this could be, but my mind is racing just thinking about it. After that, the Japanese audio comes back, which is translated to this. Then, there's blood on the screen. My theory is that after seeing whatever was displayed, the person recording this video took their own life. Next is another important video, the Goblox 2003 build. Timeline-wise, this video is by far the oldest video posted to the channel so far. The video is short and simple. It shows an early build of Goblox, aka basically prototype Roblox. It's very basic and stripped down, with bright colors and a few floating blocks. The camera just flies around for a few minutes before the game crashes, with that all too familiar red static. Where things get really interesting though is the RFA wiki entry about the 2003 Goblox build. You see, around this time RFA was beginning to gain some traction. section, so the creator had enough support to make a Mythverse wiki and a Discord server. The Discord server is long gone, lost to time, but there still exist archives of the Mythverse wiki, which covers specific anomalies relating to the RFA channel, one being the GoBlox build. Let's read it. In the beginning, there was an empty darkness. The only thing in this void was a black brick, 2x2. 2x2 was the alpha brick, the first, copied, pasted, and recolored a million times. Robloxia was built out of nothing from the images of 2x2. These were the early days. John Shedletsky. The 2003 GoBlox build was an early build developed in December of 2003, and it was the very first version of what we now know as Roblox. It is very different from the 2005 client and beyond, as it lacks many features. Many strange occurrences have been reported about this build. It is said that prolonged gameplay could cause symptoms ranging from mild irritation to profuse vomiting and even permanent personality changes. I had a friend that got his hands on a version of the December build in August of 2007, and it is like the One Ring without all the good parts. If you start feeling like blank while you are messing around with it, exit the game immediately because it will turn you into Colin before you know it. Anonymous. Identity expunged for witnesses' safety. The build has been found many times on their servers, which is why the build was leaked onto the forums days before the 2012 April Fool's hack, causing the speculation that the hack was a cover-up to hide the build from the public. Over time, little progress has been made on identifying the cause and motive behind this strange syndrome. Some theorists have drawn comparisons to the Polybius syndrome, caused by the legendary 1981 arcade cabinet, but anything close to evidence has gone unseen until now. The following statements were made by members of Roblox's early development team, as well as those who are in contact with them in between the years of 2003 and 2005. If you are wondering how Roblox keeps people so engaged by the platform, beta syndrome is why. A former Roblox developer. Where Polybius failed, Roblox succeeded. A game designed from the start to toy with the mind and its feelings. It changes the players, and we lovingly hated it. Jane. This is the beginning. The static, the brainwashing, everything started here with GoBlox 2003. It's clear through this video and its entry on the wiki that GoBlox was made to brainwash players into being engaged with the game. And while the game changed greatly since 2003, the key elements may have stayed the same. But there's still more. More mysteries and more videos, so let's keep watching. The next significant video in the series is 1x1x1x1 sighting. The video takes place in April of 2008. It involves somebody playing Swordfight on the Heights, before they are teleported to a darker version of the map, where all the bricks are colored black. Standing at one of the spawn points is, well, 1x1x1x1. The player tries to talk to the entity, but it disappears, leaving the player alone in the empty landscape. If you're familiar with Roblox or have watched any of my other videos, you probably know about 1x1x1x1, a mythical hacker who is said to have unprecedented control of the Roblox platform. In this series, 1x1x1x1 seems to play a large part. It appears this 1x1x1x1 is more of an entity. Perhaps it knows more about GoBlox and the deeper mystery behind all this? Who knows? And then there are the last two videos, GoBlox Aftermath and Finale. GoBlox Aftermath is a short 20-second video, December 2003. GoBlox has been destroyed, most likely because its effects would have been too devastating on the world. The cameraman makes their way through a desolate forest. The same infant cries from the Roblox bowling video. GoBlox has been destroyed. But this wasn't the end. Obviously, it wasn't the end. The sky sharply increases in contrast. Before long, your monitor is displaying nothing but staticky nonsense. No signal, it reads. Was this the Polybius syndrome? You get it from your monitor and realize you haven't ate nor drank in months. Maybe it was the Polybius syndrome after all. However, you have no right to complain now. After all, you're free. Leave the computer like that and don't touch it again. Just leave. This curse has been unleashed, and soon enough, the same things will happen to others over time for a few years. Better hope that they have some kind of screen recording software to capture it, or a video camera. But for now, it's just the end of an era. but somebody found it. Assumedly, Roblox continued as the normal, non-brainwashing kids game we know it as today. This version, this broken, more malicious prototype was never meant to be found, but someone did find it and left it for others to discover for the coming years, which started this whole series. Or not. While this was the finale, this wasn't the end of RFA, or at least it wasn't supposed to be. The channel continued to upload videos, unnamed videos that were just creepy shots of unknown areas. One video had a string of text in the description which translated from hexadecimal led to a message that, when reversed, said, "Death reigns." But besides the videos, however, there was a wealth of other mysteries surrounding RFA. That's right, it didn't just stop at the Roblox Footage Archives channel, there was other stuff. While RFA did start off as just a channel, its popularity quickly began to explode. Sometime in October, the series' creator decided to expand on the RFA brand, creating a Mythverse wiki and an official Discord, both of which were advertised on the channel. Most parts of both of those are lost to time, but the Discord was known for its fan submissions channel, and the wiki was known to have extra articles that further explained different events in and outside the channel, as we talked about a bit earlier. RFA was becoming its own universe, its own beast. It was growing. The wiki was home to the most information. It had a section for places, anomalies, and people. Many anomalous events that were somehow related to the universe the RFA channel had established were posted on this wiki, being researched by various people who wanted to be a part of the Mythverse. A great example of these extra entries would be the entry for A.L.A.R.I.C, which reads as follows. The alarm/alert for Roblox Incidents and Cataclysms, or A.L.A.R.I.C, was an automated emergency response system meant to minimize the damage of major hackings and anomalous events to its users' games and accounts. Developed in late 2012, it was conceived as a way to mitigate the damage of future attacks, similar to the 4112 incident to Roblox users. A.L.A.R.I.C would automatically respond to events in varying ways depending on the situation or class of event it encountered, making it a formidable security system. After the April Fool's 2012 incident, a wave of mass panic hit the Roblox community, impacting everyone from clan owners and developers. Items were changed, accounts were unbanned, and insanity reigned across the site on that day in spring 2012. It seemed nowhere was safe, and if Roblox could get hacked once, what could stop someone like 1x1x1x1 from causing mass chaos in the future? In most players' minds, there was no answer to this question. There were not many safeguards people could use. Two-step verification and account pins were not yet implemented, and filtering enabled was unheard of. So what could the users of Roblox do? It was around this time that an anonymous group of developers began working on a counter-exploit system meant to warn and/or prevent these events from happening. The system would use multiple lines of countermeasures to destroy enemy exploits and attacks, as well as inbuilt notification system for real-time attack and emergency notices. This system, soon known as A.L.A.R.I.C, would be released to the public during the late 2012 for the price of around 250,000 tickets. Several large groups and clans would buy the system, them being basically the only ones that could afford it, seeing deployment in multiple group games and bases. A.L.A.R.I.C would repulse several events, using its event classification system to determine the seriousness of the threats, and going into 2013, the system was extremely prevalent within the infrastructure of about any major clan. Despite this, public knowledge of the system was practically non-existent. The system was extremely powerful, and if it fell into public hands, major disaster could occur on the Roblox website. For obvious reasons, no owner of the system wanted this to happen, and so knowledge of it was kept with utmost secrecy. In July of 2013, an exploiter accidentally triggered a portion of A.L.A.R.I.C's emergency broadcast system, resulting in limited broadcasts of a Z-class event alert message. After inquiring on the forums, the discussion seemingly ended. After this date, it seems as if no new user sightings have been leaked outside of private discussion, seemingly due to larger efforts to conceal the program in response to the aforementioned incident. As of 2020, all current operators and users of the A.L.A.R.I.C system are unknown. Although information is scarce and somewhat dubious, it is believed that the A.L.A.R.I.C system was the most powerful exploit/tool of Roblox's history, having the ability to defend games from exploits with a large amount of unique techniques. A.L.A.R.I.C may use undiscovered vulnerabilities within Roblox's software in order to execute its duties, including ones still unknown to this day. Furthermore, it is also believed that A.L.A.R.I.C could modify nearly every aspect of a Roblox game where it was being used. As well as its expansive emergency alert and antivirus and exploit system, it is believed that A.L.A.R.I.C could act as an offensive weapon. There are some rumors about how the tool was used in such a manner, although these cannot be confirmed. Early warning system and event class types. A class, the most common type of event class, triggered in response to normal exploits and script injections. B class, triggered in response to moderation action against a user's property. D class, unknown. X-Class, triggered in response to major change and/or damage to Roblox were to occur. X-Class events were likely triggered during the ticks removal and 2013 price floor update. Z-Class, A.L.A.R.I.C would trigger a Z-Class event alarm if extreme damage to Roblox were to occur. On October 4th, 2020, portions of an A.L.A.R.I.C unit's system logs were recovered. Within the aforementioned excerpts, the unit's security system appears to detect a Class Z major anomalous event, making it the only evidence of ever such event being detected. Said event appears to have caused universal effect to the Roblox's platform and possibly more. Interestingly, there are no confirmed records of any anomalous events happening during October 26, 2015. A.L.A.R.I.C was a curious entry to the RFA mythos, and one of my personal favorites. It's very well written and ties into a lot of real-life events on Roblox. Supposedly, something happened on October 26, 2015 that was serious enough to cause a Z-class threat to the system and cause the antivirus to crash entirely. Another well-made entry is the unnamed player. It goes as follows. The unnamed player is an anomalous entity that's present during the anti-cheat activation. As this finding is rather recent, it is unknown what they truly are. Two things are for sure though, they're powerful and they're evil. In 2009, a user recorded footage of this anomaly. This is how he described what went down in the video. I was playing Thrillville by myself when I respawned and the lighting looked all messed up. I started recording because of that, but I never expected it to be more than just a weird glitch. All of a sudden, I just see another player through the broken shadows of the client. I tried to meet him, but my client glitched. I walked toward the balcony, confused. I then turned around and saw him, a noob with a missing face. My game crashed right there and then. Frank. This is one of a few anomalous events that took place in Thrillville, a classic Roblox game, but either way, that was the cycle. The creators of RFA would make extra content, add it to the wiki, and it would become a part of the RFA mythos. Even fans were allowed to submit their own works to the Discord, and it would be reviewed and possibly added to the official mythos, such as the pit. Everyone was excited. RFA was continuing and the plot was sort of thickening. The RFA mythverse was expanding to proportions that could rival the Roblox myth community itself. And then nothing. It all ended. In early 2021, the creator shut everything down, deleting the channel, the wiki, the Discord server, everything. But why? Well, let's finish this video up with the downfall of RFA. RFA, as a series, was doing well all throughout 2020, with a steadily increasing viewer count. I mean, some people might tell you that the series was getting a bit repetitive, but general fan consensus was up. The fault with RFA didn't come with the series itself, but rather its creator. I won't be mentioning his name by request. Now, RFA started as a completely anonymous channel. At first, it was very mysterious, and many people didn't even know it was an ARG. Once it gained some popularity, however, the creator, Mr. RFA Man, created the wiki Discord, and as we already went over, attaching his name to the series. This took away from the mystery somewhat, theme that would be common all the way up until the death of RFA. Either way, that wasn't the point. The point was, Mr. RFA Man got involved with the community, and Mr. RFA Man wasn't a very nice guy. No hate towards him, but Mr. RFA Man was generally rude, being extremely hostile to others on the internet, insulting others for really little reason. There was even an incident of him insulting a fan submission relentlessly after they dedicated a lot of time to RFA and the Discord itself. Not only this, but it appears the creator got into drama in other unrelated communities as well, including the Geometry Dash community. Not sure. This isn't that big of a deal, just normal internet jerk stuff, but when you have a following and the community is built around you and your work, having this attitude can hurt its image. And it did, but that wasn't what killed RFA. In reality, I'm not exactly sure what killed RFA. I think it was just burnout. RFA had a lot of things going for it, but it probably just became too overwhelming, because in February, its creator took everything down surrounding it, deciding he was just bored of it. There were those who wanted to rescue the series and continue in its stead. I mean, there were so many questions it left unanswered, so many plot threads left unfulfilled. The Dnipropejoke's murderers were supposed to be influenced by GoBlocks. The two friends brainwashed by the program to commit and record a violent act, but there was never enough information left behind to fulfill that plot line. We never got to see exactly what Ultimate.RBLX was, who exactly 1x1x1x1 was supposed to be, what those places in the trailer videos were. In the end, RFA just made up an empty chunk of the iceberg, a bunch of skipped entries that amounted to nothing. No need to fear, however, for there is another series, Roblox Video Classic-y, another mysterious Roblox series. This one goes back to RFA's roots, a mysterious unlabeled account which gives off very similar vibes to RFA, even being advertised in a guerrilla fashion similar to the iceberg. This looks like a fun story that's going to unfold, and it's deleted. Clearly, this was made by Mr. RFA Man, who has a bit of a wishy-washy attitude when it comes to creating ARGs, this one being the second one in a row he's created then dropped. But either way, that is the story of Roblox footage archives, and a bit about the man who made it. It had a great legacy, but for now, RFA's legend is dead, but its spirit is not. But what do you think? Will there be another successor to RFA in the future? It's definitely possible. Let me know in the comments along with your theories about RFA. That's the end of the video. If you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe. This one took a lot of time and effort to make. Be sure to follow my Twitter and join my Discord, links in the description. Donate to my Patreon to help keep these videos coming out. YouTube is my only source of income right now alongside school, so anything really helps. If not, just watching this video helps out a ton. If you're like me, be sure to follow my second channel. I post high quality content like gameplay videos and shorter story videos there much more often than I post to this channel. That's gonna be it from me though, so thanks. I'll see you in the next video.